Hey there, boys and girls of the YouTube world. We got a fun one for you today. I just drove down here to Pole Barn Garage and picked up a rollback. That's right, I sold the old OBS. And I wanted an upgrade. I wanted something that got a little bit better mileage. So this thing's got a 6.7 Cummins, so it's got a whole lot more power than the old Vortec. It's got a bigger fuel tank. It's 15 years newer, but it is clapped out. I drove down here yesterday, bought this thing because it was $10,000 cheaper than the next cheapest one, and I figured all those other cheap ones were gonna need $5,000 worth of work. So I figured I saved $15,000 by buying this thing. And Dalton was gracious enough to let me stop at his place. We're gonna do some work on this thing. I got kind of duped on the Facebook Marketplace. The guy said it had one problem, and it was a leaky cylinder on the wheel lift, which wasn't a big deal, but let me show you what we found on this thing. So it's got 324,000 miles, so it's definitely pristine. I asked if there was any leaks. He said just that lift cylinder, which there's way more than that. So let's just give this thing a quick walk around. It's got the white chicken chasers. Oh, the windshield's cracked. The bed is actually the nicest part. There's a couple rattles here, so that needs a rivet. We'll fix that when we get home. The door on that toolbox doesn't latch very well, so we're gonna leave that closed because that maybe came open on the interstate. If all else fails and it still runs and the transmission works and the bed works, we can unload that thing to make it to safety if we have issues. So let's hopefully the engine keeps running and the transmission and the bed works, and then we can always unload the big block Suburban and get home. This was the last thing I found. The leaf springs are all busted, so it is on the bump stops when this thing is not even loaded. So we need some leaf springs, and that's gonna be about $1,000 or better. It's missing that retainer bolt for the lift cylinder, not a big deal. It's missing a ton of lights. He said all the lights work. It's also got the right front headlight out, and it's got a left blinker out. I think I found one of the vibrations. This tire is screwed. I asked if the tires were good. He said they were. 3 of the 4 rear are decent. The steers are decent, but that 19.5 is terrible. And there is the 2 busted leaf springs. So yeah, it's gonna be a rough ride home. Never mind the taillight harness that's hanging in the tire. Never mind the ABS sensor that's hanging in the wind. The lever here for the bed is busted off. The wiring for that is busted off. The guy said he would have kept it if it had a hitch. Well, buddy, you could have put a ball in there and had a hitch. So he was a special individual. That's the cylinder he says is leaking. The bed's pretty tore up there. We got to weld that up, but I don't know what that's for. We're not gonna need that. There must be some outriggers or something that goes down there. Like I said, the bed is in really good shape. We got another lever that's busted off over here. It's a Jerdan bed, so we can buy all this stuff. Tires are really nice on this side. It's got aluminum wheel on the rear on this side. The other side's got a steel wheel, so we got to find an aluminum one to church it up. This toolbox is pretty smashed in, but it actually latches decent. The strobe light's busted. For 300,000 miles, the interior is pretty decent. It's disgusting because, you know, why would you clean anything before you sell it? So yeah, we need a seat cushion. That's blown out. It does have Apple CarPlay. He says the AC works. It's too cold to test it, but I'm guessing it doesn't work. It is a 4-wheel drive. He said some new parts were put in the front end, but I think that was a lie as well. The batteries were dead this morning. They were dead when I bought it, so it probably needs batteries. The cruise control doesn't work. I tried tapping on it. They say that fixes it. That is a lie. I didn't fix it, so I don't know if we got a bad fuse or a bad switch, or it has something to do with the ABS. Horn doesn't work. I didn't sleep very well last night because I don't know if it's going to make it home. So I made a pretty good list of things that needs fixed at some point. Steer tires are decent. They replaced the brake hose and just left the old one hanging there. Also, the hood shocks are shot. It needs washer fluid. The low coolant light's on. He gave me the sensor for that. He said that's the only thing that it needed. And then I pointed out many other things. Oh yeah, and the EGR gasket is leaking on the manifold and it whistles terrible inside. So he told me about that, so I picked up that gasket. We're gonna fix that. I think the pinion angle is screwed up because it's sitting on the overloads, and so it's got a little bit of a wobble at takeoff, or it could be the hanger bearing, or it could be the transmission. The rear end could be worn out. I don't know. This thing has been heavily overloaded based on how those leaf springs are. Long story short, let's grab those parts that I got from O'Reilly's. Hood shocks are shot. I got those clamps to go in the hood shock. We're gonna clamp that in place and go ahead and put that EGR gasket in it. And then I think we're just gonna wing it. I kinda wanna put a tire on it, but 19.5s aren't just laying around in people's yards like Dalton's, and I really don't want to get bent over by a shop, especially if we got to find an aluminum wheel and remount it later. So I think we might just wing it because it only vibrates at like 65. Not even vibrate, just hums. But it vibrates when you take off. All right, here we go. Oh, it's got a check engine light for some ECM connectivity issue. Imagine that. Here's what we picked up. Washer fluid, because we're going to get rid of that light. It's missing the fuel cap, so I'm sure it's going to need a fuel filter. There's that clamp support for the hood lift rods. EGR, gasket, a headlight bulb. Hopefully I got the right one. Some limited slip additive, if that's the vibration. And I picked up a fire extinguisher, so we definitely won't be caught on fire. And then I picked up some fuel hose because there's another leak too. I've never used one of these. They look pretty cool. You just slide that over the hood lift strut and crank that T-handle down, hold it in place, but you got to make sure you remove it before closing the hood. I love how we have to have labels like that this day and age. I tell you what, it works pretty good though. There's all kinds of random hardware laying loose in here. And speaking of that, the dipstick for the transmission is missing the hardware. The radiator shroud is missing the hardware. That's what I wanted the hose for, so that we can hopefully tie this crankcase breather back together so it doesn't spew oil all over everything, because it definitely doesn't have any oil leaks. And you can see by the insulation melted off on the firewall that that EGR plate is leaking. So we're going to take the hardware loose on that and try throwing a new gasket in it. Hopefully that fixes that leak. It's just annoying, and it's probably going to light the truck on fire, so we should fix that. I think we got a never start battery on this side with a screw clamped in place to make the connection not that good. Oh, and this side's got a never start too. 10 to 24, they're not that old. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find some tools around here, because I know this guy doesn't have any metric tools, and put that EGR gasket in. You guys got any metric tools around here?
Maybe.
That was the wrong answer. You're supposed to be like, metric, this is America. Go check out Jesse at Atomic Era Motors. He's on YouTube. That YouTube thing's never gonna catch on, you know.
No, it hasn't.
This guy, he's got a black and white TV. Just ask him. That's why he smokes cigarettes without filters, because they cause cancer.
They put filters on cigarettes? How'd they do that?
I don't even know what filters are for. We just put toilet paper in the oil filters in the cars we drive. Hey, you got one of them OBD2 scanner things?
You again?
Yeah.
What are you... Why?
You're so nice.
I try to have a peaceful day, and you show up every time. As soon as things start to get good. I just... yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have anything with an OBD port around here? Oh, there's a couple of them. The Pontiac.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm hip with the modern things.
With the times.
Yeah.
I got one of them Bluetooths now. It goes real good with my snaggle tooth.
It goes good with my gold tooth.
You know, I'm just out here trying to make a video, and it's windy enough, so it reminds me of home, so that's nice. But then these guys are in here with an air compressor running in his one shop, grinding in his other shop, making all kinds of noise. But we're gonna power through. Look at this. I bought this nice DeWalt toolkit and had it in the old Rollback, and I've never used it. So let's go ahead and scatter the tools everywhere. Oh yes, shop rags. Get your own shop rags at polebarnmerch.com. Hey, get your merch at mortske.com, and you too can wear your shirts out and turn them to shop rags as well. Go buy some merch so that I can financially recover from this, because I paid entirely too much money for this thing, and I'm gonna have to stick more into it. All right, now I'm gonna actually try to find a wrench in there and take those bolts off. And I think they're different sizes. Well, I see why the bolts are shiny, because they tried cranking the ever-living piss out of them to get that leak to go away. And now I got to try to loosen it up to put a gasket in there, and it's not going well.
Here you go. One scan tool.
Easy now. Gentech?
Syntech. It's Harbor Freight from about 20 years ago.
You're still sponsored by those guys?
Oh, they love me.
That's what I saw. Oh, it even comes with the AOL. This thing's brand new. It's never been used.
Very little. I think I had a car once that I was like, I'm going to try to fix this. And then I said no, and I just bought something with a carburetor.
It said PC load letter, and you're like, what the French is PC load letter?
PC load letter? What the f does that mean?
Who the hell is that?
So then we took a bat to it. This newfangled fuel injection is never going to catch on.
I don't like it when people talk to me like that thing.
All right. Believe it or not, because this thing is from Kansas, it's half metric and half SAE. So, yeah.
Half metric? Really? What year is this thing?
13?
No way. There's no SAE fasteners on this.
It's a Cummins. They're built in America. No, I mean because somebody from Kansas has worked on this thing. And so the hardware is mismatched.
Oh, okay, I see.
The hardware that's there, not like the hardware that's missing, like the transmission dipstick or the fan shroud. You know,
Is this what that plate thing? Is that what you're working on back there?
yeah, there's a leak, and he told me about it.
What is it? Is it exhaust or something?
We can't talk about it because the previous administration.
Oh, it's one of those.
One of those. It's where magic happens.
I see.
Yes.
I've heard of such things.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a good deal on this thing. Hell, it's only got a 2-year-old battery.
Yeah, also the batteries were dead when I showed up, and they were dead again this morning after running it for a couple hours yesterday, so.
Well, they are the value from Walmart. They're like $50 a piece. So.
There's a reason they call them never starts.
Yeah. They used to be good. It really used to be a good battery.
Does that look like it's blown out to you? I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a little carbon tracking here. See that? On the edge. It might be kind of...
You can tell by the firewall that there is a leak back there. And the salesman that thought he was a mechanic that sold this to me said that was surely where the leak was.
I got some copper coat. We'll put a little copper coat on that.
What's this copper coat you speak of? Is it like MotorPer? Get yours at motorper.com.
Not quite.
Shoot, I'm not doing it right?
No!
God.
Hey, you picked a bad day to come here.
I know, I like how you guys cranked up the fan so it reminds me of home.
Yeah, I wonder if your manifold is leaking back there, though. I mean, the back of that head looks pretty carboned up.
I mean...
Maybe just snug the bolts up.
Why wouldn't it? Hey, the bolts are in it. So, I mean, that's a plus. You know, if we crank on it, we'll definitely snap them off. And
then you'll be really screwed.
Yeah, we'll just listen to this exhaust leak on the way home. But you're going to put some, what did you call it?
Copper coat. Like what you use on a head gasket.
Let's take this and have the same guy plane it that planed those Chinese Pontiac manifolds to true this up.
That'll take 3 to 4 weeks to get it back to China.
Overnight parts from China.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like maybe leaking, but I don't know.
We're this far, so we're going to put it on. See,
this is the difference between us, sir. I was just going to put some copper coat on this baby, slap it back on, free o charge.
We still might, because this might not fit. Free? There's nothing free around here.
No free lunches.
You know what free rhymes with?
Wait, that looks different. Oh, no, there's just 10 of them.
Oh, no, it's just not blown out.
It's an MLS. This is not an MLS.
This is also typical O'Reilly's and wrong.
Of course it is.
But...
you could elongate the holes a little in that MLS gasket and then screw it all up.
You know that little whizzer thing that you were making a bunch of noise with earlier? You got a bit that we can...
Yeah, I got burr bits.
I'm not going back to the hood to that parts store to get a different one or to return this.
There's a parts store 3 miles up the road.
That's a long walk.
Okay.
I don't think anything in this yard runs.
Take the big block Dodge, that would change your life right there.
Oh yeah, you need a Dodge truck?
Prison changed my life. Where's I did see a vise around here. Nice upgrade.
I've had that vise for many years.
Are those teeth made of wool?
Yes, his teeth were made of wool. Wood.
Wood. We call that wood. Oh yeah. Yeah, see that's the cool thing about the wood jaws is that they're broken.
You got one of them, what? Are you still making payments to Harbor Freight on this?
Harbor Freight? Some. And it don't work, but, you know, I mean, it's the thought that counts.
Oh my God.
I don't have to do this very often, so it's not a problem.
Have to do what? Vice things?
Vice,
Your fancy gasket thing for your fancy truck. I'm old school, all right?
Hold on. Let's measure again so that I don't elongate the holes in the wrong direction.
where's the old one? It was already pre-elongated. We could use it as a template.
It probably blew away.
Yeah, this one's pre-elongated.
Wait. I just had an Epiphany.
Oh. Line up 1, huh?
No. I'm going to line up none. No. This MLS stuff is... I was never into soccer. Oh no. This is not working, just in case you were wondering. Remember that Harbor Freight grinder that you had the last time I saw you? That thing was a real quality piece of equipment.
Oh, yeah, the red one?
Yeah. It was better than their welder though. You know, if you're just gonna harass me this whole time, I can drive straight up to Ames and Kevin will give me a chance at life. You know, I could be riding snowmobile right now.
You could be, so could I, but it's cold there.
But here we are. I think that'll do, pig. That'll do. What are you doing? Speaking of pigs. Oh, body work.
Yeah, well.
You know, if you put the white letters in, you wouldn't have to do this. He's using the knurled end of the hammer.
Yes. Hammer?
Extension.
What kind of chump wouldn't run white letters out? I mean,
the same chump that has Buick tri-bar spinners on their Pontiac. Hey, let's not church it up too much, Dirt, here, you know.
Deer tank.
You got a footprint gas pedal in this hog too?
Yeah, I had to have a footprint gas pedal installed.
Not this one.
I too use 3510S GM starters for wheel chocks.
Well, it's off of this car.
Oh, because headers.
I had to put a mini starter on because manifolds, actually, because Chinese manifold is made too large and won't.
For flow and white letter smoke.
White letters are way cooler than black balls. I mean, come on. You are going to lose this fight in the comment section.
Did they have white letters in the atomic era?
White walls? Yes.
White wall.
White walls, you say? Ooh, I do love myself a white wall. Or the little thin, like the 3 pinstripe.
Yeah. If you're poor, yeah, you need the.
If you're poor, if you don't have a 1961 Imperial, you don't have a 61 Imperial?
No, I got a 61 Chrysler, a 58 Imperial.
Oh.
Totally different cars,
Very
obviously.
different.
Way off. It's got the 1 year only valve covers though. All right, I'm gonna go put this on. You guys continue ruining this car in here.
That's what I do.
Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. It fits. Now to find the mismatched hardware and put it back together and hope it does not leak. All right, well, if it leaks, I guess we'll have to try to find the right gasket. But before we test that out and get everything hot in here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to slip some fuel hose over this crankcase ventilation hose. I believe that's what it is. I don't know. It also looks like there's 2 of them, one there and one there. So we're gonna have to find out what that one was supposed to be hooked to, because I think that's where all this oil's coming from. The seller said, yeah, that looks like it's new. Judging by the oil all over the bottom of the engine and the transmission, that was a lie. That's not new. It's been doing it for quite some time. Also, as I was climbing up and down, the bumper is kind of hanging on for dear life, and it looks like the frame horns are bent. So I'm guessing the old bumper bent the frame rails. So that's awesome. Hopefully that doesn't fall off on the way home. I wouldn't even have to have bought fuel hose. This guy just plants it for seed around here at this place. So my plan is to just take this fuel hose and slip it over that, and slip it over that, and resolve that issue. I did find the other busted plastic hose. So we just got to tie it all together. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Like pushing rope, per se. And there we go. PCV fixed. Hopefully that fixes the oil all over the side of the engine. Let's see if this is the right fuel cap. It's green, so should be fine. Hopefully there's not a reason that it's missing. I don't know why. Ventilation issue? Like really something as simple as putting a fuel cap on. How can we not do that? Especially when, you know, put a rag in it or something. Well, it fits. I'm sure no dust from these tires are coming up here. Man, those springs are hosed. Are those gonna make it home? I sure hope so. All right, next, washer fluid. Very important. It's good down to -25 degrees, so It's North Dakota proof. Drink up. I don't care what you do. Just make the light go off on the dash because it's really annoying. Hopefully it's not running out the bottom. We're committed. Guess what? It holds a gallon. Fish! What you doing, buddy? I just see the little bit that I spilled leaking, so we should be good. Well, hopefully it ain't leaking. I can't hear anything, but Cummins life. Let's see what we got for codes. We got left front turn signal out, service airbag system. Oh, that's handy. Service anti-lock brake system. All right, maybe we fixed it. Erase previously stored data to save data for this test. Sure. Codes found 3. PCM, ECM, power input, signal intermittent. Well, that doesn't sound good. Glow plug heater indicator circuit. All right. Hopefully those are related to the batteries being dead this morning. Erase codes. All right. It says the codes should be erased. Sweet. No check engine light. Yet. Coolant low. That's that sensor, allegedly, according to Mr. Salesman. Left front turn signal out. Oh, there's our check engine light. Awesome. Right rear turn signal light out. Perform service. Service airbag system. All right, what codes we got? It says no codes are stored. Why is the light on then? Read codes. No codes. That's interesting. Maybe it's the coolant temp that's causing it, I guess. All right, Jess brought us lunch from Sonic, so I'm gonna go clean up my mitts, eat some lunch, and figure out what we're gonna fix next. All right, you can't beat a Sonic burrito. Guess what? That bolt laying up there, perfect size for the transmission dipstick, so that's tightened up. Let's see if we can find some hardware for the fan shroud yet. But I figured let's do a little routine maintenance, and I pulled the old air filter box apart, and yeah, I think we're gonna try to find one of those. That might pay for itself in fuel economy on the way home. That thing could be cleaned as well. I'm guessing Pole Barn does not have a Cummins filter on hand. Also, I'm gonna slide underneath, try to get in the diff and see if I can't check to make sure that that thing's full of fluid, because we don't want the diff going out on the way home, and probably do the same thing on the front and maybe even the transfer case. You know your way around a stick shift?
A little bit.
You guys get to have all the fun.
That was pretty.
Well, I'm over here working on stupid headlights, but guess what?
This isn't content. What are you doing to your people? Here's how you change a headlight bulb in your 2013 Brodozer special.
Well, you guys are over there making a killdozer.
Yeah. No, man, I'm banging gears in my 3.2 Pontiac.
Is that what we call him, Gears?
That's what his nickname is.
Who needs enemies with friends like these? So, I checked the diff with one of the many zip ties that are laying around the ground. I like how you plant them for seed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they'll come in the spring. It's a winter crop.
Right. Should be good. Should be about 20 bags this year. I need some, probably 75, 90.
I got some. How bad is it?
I didn't find a zip tie long enough to reach the oil in the diff.
I bet that holds
a lot. Yeah. So, or we can go for a ride, because the air filter is, I think all the diff oil ended up in the air filter.
Is that how that works?
It sure seems like it. We could wring that out and probably get a pint.
Put it in there.
Yeah.
You got a gym here, man.
Dalton says to run it. He says you got 3 more. And he said, don't worry about that spring pack. It's wasted.
That's bad.
It's bad. We got a big block to tow it home, if nothing else.
You bought a... I mean, honestly, when he first rolled in, I'm like, well, dude, what the hell? That's like a brand new rollback, but it's not.
It's a clapped up piece of crap.
Pretty bad.
It's real bad. It's real bad. Another trip to the O'Reilly's. Got ourselves a new air filter, and hopefully 5 quarts of 75/90 is enough to top off the diff. If not, we're gonna be in trouble, but we'll go get more. And we rounded up a place that's got 19.5 tires. They're gonna mount one up for us. So let's bang this out and head to DLS. Oh. Well, I thought this was gonna be easy to get at, to put oil in, but maybe not. Oh, not too bad. Oh, Taco Bell was a bad idea. All right, 1 down. 2 down. Looks like 3 ain't gonna cut it. Alrighty, well, we're down to the last one. Is that it? It's dripping out. Oh, it's pretty close. Alright, I got about another half quart out of dumping all the other ones in here. That is it, though. Oh yeah, we're right up there anyway. We can get some more on the road if we need to. Yeah, I think that's gonna make it breathe a little bit better. There we go, much better. Ram, could you get rid of the screws and put clamps or something, especially when they crack out around there? Come on now, step it up. Ram, active air. All right, DLS Tire says that they got a 19.5 that they'll mount up for us, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing off there to save a little life on their floor jack. And then we're gonna go ahead and buzz on over there. It's about a 20-minute drive, and hopefully get at least one new tire, maybe two. See if I can afford it. You guys need to go buy some more merch, mortske.com, so I can afford 19.5s for this thing. Also, the right front needs replaced, because why wouldn't it? Alrighty, DLS Tire getting us hooked up. Go check out my Patreon. Support this. Shout out to DLS Tires for getting us knocked out. Shoot, I bet I wasn't there half hour, 45 minutes. Come check these boys out if you're ever in the area. I tried to record the vibration going down the road, but the battery was dead on the camera, so we didn't get to do that, but hopefully it's a lot smoother now. The vibration on takeoff was a lot better when it's empty, because I think it's pinion angle because of how squatted this thing is from the sacked out springs. So yeah, we got to get those fixed, but we're not buying those in town. We can't afford that. All right, $708 for 2 tires, but those boys mounted them up the old-fashioned way with some tire irons. Good dudes. Oh yeah, I can already tell. Way smoother. He said that that thing was out around because either they replaced them at separate times, or because the inside one was run low and it was trying to keep up. If they're different sizes, he says it'll do that. So it was either low or it's because they were changed at different times. So I always change them in pairs. He says it's best to change them in sets. You heard it here first from DLS Tire. All right. Not a paid promotion. Let's see if we can find my way back to Pole Barns and not get into any traffic. I don't want to get into any road rage with this bad boy. Oh, it's already way smoother. So much better. I don't know how they were driving it like that. Terrible. Probably because they didn't want to spend $700 to fix their tires. There's what $700 worth of brand new Hercules on 19.5s looks like. Anyway, it was running a little warm, so I checked everything out. The radiator's a little bit dirty. I'm gonna see if I can't find a wand around here to blow that out. But of course, these guys are out screwing off again. So I found the air hose. Now I just need to find a blowgun. Easier said than done around here. If I were a blowgun, where would I be? There's a grease gun. There's an air gun. He's probably got lots of real guns around here. Who knows? What a mess. The law of flat surfaces. See, they're not even out recording. Left the camera here. The life of a YouTuber. Found it. It was just hiding on the pole barn pole. Here we go. Blow out a radiator. Wish I had a longer wand. Story of my life, but it's gotta be better than it was. Good grief, kids. Blow your radiators out. Got her all loaded up, ready to strap her down. And look who decides to show up. Mr. Magnum himself. Magnum PI. You been doing hood rat stuff?
You know,
Just call me PI.
doesn't it sound good?
I don't know if it sounds good or if it sounds like the casing on the muffler is rattling around.
Brand new mufflers.
Never had a...
It don't really go anywhere, but God, it sounds good.
Real loud, not fast.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
That thing does have a good look to it. All right, finished tying this thing down. Probably say our days, Mountain Dews, head out. All right, here we go. headed for home. I don't think we're gonna make it all the way tonight because it's rush hour traffic, so perfect time to leave, but we gotta leave at some point. Plus, they're working on a Torino, and I want no part of that.
Hey.
Every time I come here, we have to work on a Torino.
I know, it breaks all the time.
At least you're consistent.
Goodbye.
Where's Fish? All right, we're headed back into the city at about 10 after 5. This thing wants to creep up to 240 at 65 mile an hour. So the good news is the slower we go, the cooler it runs, and with all the traffic, it's probably going to be a little bit slower. So that's great, but I'm not excited about this thing pushing heat. I don't know what would cause that. It is about 60 degrees right now, and I guess it was a lot cooler when I was doing it before, probably in the upper 20s or low 30s, so, but yeah, I don't know how this thing's gonna work on a real hot day. I did check the coolant, that was full. Blew the radiator out. I'd like to blow it out better. I got a better wand at home, but it's gonna be a long drive home at 60 mile an hour. But I guess it'll get cooler as we head north, so cross our fingers. There's 240 right there, up 239. Let off a little bit. And we still got no cruise control, but I think that's related to that U140B, which is a right rear wheel sensor, and that's the only code we got. It sounds like that's the traction control and the ABS, and hopefully that fixes the cruise. But also, since we don't have the horn, we got an airbag code, and the cruise doesn't work up here. It could be the connector in the horn area, steering column. All right, anyway, slow her down to 60 and it hits 237, 235. So I guess we're just gonna have to drive 60 miles an hour the whole way home, or wait for it to get colder. I really should have a front-wheel drive car, like a $200 Buick, to drive down for these, because it would put a lot less strain on the cooling system of this thing. We gotta figure out what's wrong here. Who knows? Alright. Back on the road. We just stopped at Casey's in St. Joe and put 16.8 gallons of fuel on. We're getting just a little over 11 miles a gallon, so hopefully that gets better. The temp, it sits at 200 when we're sitting here, but starts creeping up when we go down the road. I don't know, check the hose. Feels firm, so I feel like the thermostat is opening up. The fan's working, moving a heck of a lot of air, makes a bunch of noise like it's running, so I don't know what it is. It's gonna be a long drive home at 60 mile an hour. Seems like it's got all kinds of power, but 240 is a bit hot anyway, so I don't want to push any harder than that. I guess we'll just have to take our time. It's full of coolant. I don't know what's going on. Keep on plugging away. And the good news is, drives great, vibrations, no issues with the steering, brakes are freaking solid. I can't get this stupid Apple CarPlay stuff to work, and they must not have hooked up the antenna, so I can't get radio. So, just living my life in silence. All right, we got to get back because we've been gone for a while. Duff misses us. Met the nicest guy at Casey's, though. This is the guy that makes it happen at Casey's.
Yes, sir, that's me.
Pontiac guys.
Yes, sir.
Cool guy. Yeah, he was in the store. He's like, "Hey, you're Mortske." He saw my shirt. I said, "Yeah." So we talked and gave him some decals, and he was telling me about his '79 Le Mans with a 400 in it. You meet the coolest people on the road. So, all right, we got to get back on the road. All right, we made it to the Holiday Inn Express in Omaha here. I've had enough. We're gonna shut her down. We're gonna try to find a water pump in the morning and maybe some other parts. Try to get her to run a little cooler. So I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna take a shower, hit the hay. We got snow. We're getting a lot closer to home. Unfortunately, nobody stole it. So I guess we're gonna keep driving it home. I'm gonna go ahead and check some fluids, and then we're gonna go to the O'Reilly's and we're gonna buy a water pump and some coolant and some other items. I think we're gonna put a water pump in this thing and see if we can't go a little bit faster. Well, it should be 6 hours home, but at this rate it would be probably 8 hours. Let's get a water pump on this thing, I guess. All right, she fired right up. Tried giving you guys a cold start, but if you just bump the key on these things, they automatically crank up. They don't even wait for the glow, not the glow plugs, the grid heater to run, which we should check to make sure that this one's got the nut service thinger removed. Anyway, what is this? Classic music, good stuff. Well, this isn't O'Reilly's. This is Infinity. Oh my gosh. Girls, 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 Club Omaha. I did not do this on purpose, I swear. You know, I said this thing was doing great in traffic. The light comes on, or the dinger, at 2:45. So I quick whipped her off, and here's where we ended up, the Club Omaha. So I'm gonna unload the Suburban. I'm not going in. I don't think they're open at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna head on over to O'Reilly's, get some parts, come back here, figure out my life. Good stuff. Well, I guess we got some parts. If we can't get it fixed, we can always go across the street to Prehistoric Put. Bourbon is loaded up. See if we can make it to Arlington to old Jeffy Fast. It's about 30 miles away. Hopefully we don't overheat. Hopefully we make it there. And hopefully a water pump fixes this thing. Otherwise, we might be coming back with a flatbed to haul it home and then putting a head gasket in, I guess. Or rebuilding a motor, finding a different motor, I don't know. Getting expensive is what it's gonna do and wasting another day of travel. Well, we're on the side of the road. It got up to 240 again, so I shut her down. As soon as you park it, we're down to 215, 230. We got about 20 miles to go, so I'm trying to find back roads where I can drive like 30 miles an hour. This road is busy and I had a bunch of people backed up, so I pulled off the side of the road like a nice individual. Some pretty swanky houses over there off the side of Highway 275. Oh, flatbed life. I did steal some chocolate milks from the Holiday Inn Express last night, so I'm gonna enjoy those on the side of the road and let this thing cool down a bit. Milk, it does a body good. Bring back the milk mustache, ads. Taking the back roads, taking the scenic trail. Running her about 30 miles an hour. It's about all the faster we can go right now. So enjoy the views of western, eastern, central, I don't know, eastern Nebraska. It does not like these rolling hills. I'm ready to be back to the flatlands myself. There's the dinger. Squirrel. Likes going downhill. Weird. Oh, pavement ends. It's the first gravel of the trip. Reduced speed. Yeah, not a problem. 35? Perfect. We found our people. Oh, freshly bladed. Although poorly at that. Try crawling along at 5 miles an hour, see if that works. All right, got the big block unloaded. I got Chief Classics. Showed up just in time to pull some torque convert bolts on an LS swap so that Jeffy Fast can LS swap every Pontiac. Comment down below if you think those are Michael Jackson gloves, hamburger helper,
Or Mickey Mouse.
or Mickey Mouse. That's his favorite. Ooh, that's hard on that plastic. So if you're ever gonna pull an LS, make sure you got plenty of Sawzall blades and then just cut a giant gaping hole in the cowl.
It helps.
Oh, this is This is nice. You gotta take the bolt out of the end. And then don't forget, you gotta have some ram air Pontiac heads for ballast on the back. Jeff's old lady is not 280, so he's got to put ballast.
I gotta improvise.
Ooh, but he's got a fresh cylinder in this thing. The old round bottom jack.
Yep. The old hazard fart.
He gets so much done that he doesn't even record fun stuff like this. But I think I talked him into giving me this only slightly busted Amazon grill for the Suburban. So, what a guy! That's really why I'm helping you do this. Not so that we can get it out of the way, so that we can work on my junk, but because I really wanted that grill.
Hey, you doing those torque converter bolts is well worth it.
Yeah, after you cracked them loose.
Oh, things are feeling
Restrictive?
yes.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh, you want me to jiggle the handle, Pigpen?
Just jiggle it.
Go ahead, put your Mickeys in there.
Oh, I don't know about that. We've got like, hey, look at that, huh?
God, it's like you've never done this before. Check out his fresh Mopar on the wall. I'm really sad that you hung that up because I was hoping you wouldn't because it's a Mopar, and then you would
Hey, how could I
let me have that. Where's the other half of the car?
Probably at the recycler
It's probably a Toyota.
at this point.
If only there was a tripod and a GoPro.
I know where to find it.
Go follow Chief Classics on YouTube. He'll put a video of this shenanigan that's about to happen. Because
Lucky
I have one battery left and a many hour drive, and I gotta record my stuff and things might get ugly.
346 minutes later.
Yeah, that was fun.
Isn't that the hardest time you've ever had fighting bolts that didn't exist?
Yeah, apparently that thing was super hung in the dowel pins. Go check out Chief Classics for that on his upcoming video follow-up because that sucked. Now he's just gonna clean that thing up and paint it Pontiac blue and put it in this tri-power 421 8-lug station wagon. So that's gonna be awesome because it was too expensive and the machine shop's taking too long on the real engine. So we're gonna put this in there. But you're gonna put some Pontiac valve covers over it, so.
And a distributor in front.
Oh God.
Make it look like a Ford.
He just informed me that they make distributor kits for these. I thought carburetors and turbo 350s behind these were dumb, but you know what's real dumb? Distributors on them. I'm fat and breathing heavy, just pushing that thing out the door downhill. So you go ahead and keep cleaning the floor so that we can make it dirty again. I'm gonna find a. Oh, you got lots of chairs. You got a stool there.
Make yourself at home.
Stool there. You got a John Deere with a speed cab that we could sit in. Ford's off the run stand, now in the engine stand. Oh, it's got a chrome dipstick. It's gonna be real fast.
Just gained 10 horse because of that.
Well, we almost had to empty the shop out to get this thing in here. You got that belt unhooked yet?
You brought your limousine.
Oh, you brought a light.
Nice. I care.
So we gotta try to get that water pump out down there. Should be great fun.
I liked it a lot more when you came to me with brake problems.
Yeah, right. We can handle brakes. Water pumps, that's beyond our pay grade. All right, I think we're gonna do a thermostat and that water pump. And I did buy a new belt, and I did check to make sure O'Reilly's gave us the right one. It appears right. It's pretty easy because it's just 2 bolts, that aspect anyway, and then an O-ring to seal it. So you really don't even have to clean anything up. Got some coolant, some more diff oil just in case that thing's low. And I did check the brake fluid, that's low. And then you gotta get the green belts, I'm told. So I got a $55 Gates green belt. So there we go. Oh, and here's the thermostat. Stock one, 190. They do sell a 180, but I don't think a 180 thermostat's gonna make a difference either. I called West to see what he thought was wrong, and told him there's green coolant in the reservoir that was full, and he's guessing that it's full of sludge in there. So yay. All right, let's make a mess. Let's get this fixed. Please just be fixed, otherwise I'm coming back with a gooseneck, or Jeff's gonna sell it for me. That's it. Get in there real nice and deep black.
That's it, boy. Get in there nice and deep black.
What do you see down there?
This bumper's not really mounted.
Oh yeah, I could have told you that.
Holy.
I've been standing on it. It's great. It's fine. Everything is fine.
I think that we can about just pull this fan shroud right out because I don't think it's bolted in.
Oh, I could have told you that it's not bolted in. I don't know that you could pull it right out though. I don't know how it comes out of there.
What if you lift
I think
up
it just like collapses or something. I don't know. Magic. There is a little break in the shroud right here where this silly rubber flap is where I think it should collapse. But I don't think that's going to make a difference to not allow enough airflow. But who knows? What is this other hose for? So this is the top radiator hose. Where does that one go to? We're gonna dig. I think we got the petcock. Are we catching any of it?
We're even getting most of it into the pan.
Oh, don't drop that bolt because I feel like there's probably not a lot of Cummins bolts around here. You thought that LS removal was going to be the hard part. This has been just getting the belt off is difficult because of design flaws per se.
What a week you have spent here today.
Yesterday was the longest week of my life. The good news is we went to the finest Casey's gas station in town for lunch. So now I've got it loose, but what's that how they catch monkeys? You know, where they like have them grab.
What was that?
And the monkey grabs something and they can't get their hand out.
Like a raccoon trap, yeah.
Oh, they do it raccoons too?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of what happens here. I can get my hand in and out, and I can get the pump in and out, but I can't get the pump in and out with my hand on it. And I'm gonna drop it a few more times into this busted up plastic fan and radiator, and that'll surely make it better. Go turn the engine over. It'll come out.
I almost did it.
Ah, this is fun. This is fun. We're having fun.
We're having a good time.
It's the round peg and the square hole, but we only have a square hole and a round peg, and it's not going to go. Why would they make it so you can almost sneak it out of there? I really don't want to pull the fan or the radiator or the shroud. Jeff thought we could take the shroud off because all the hardware is missing, but you got to take the fan off too, so.
If we put 2 more cracks in your shroud, I think we can do it.
But it's the fan that's getting us. Oh, but the fan turns. Okay. I might need your assistance to pull the shroud ahead. Okay, hold on. There.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, those panties peel right back.
Looky there.
So now,
Do you have a perfectly fine water pump in your hand, you think?
it does look like it's got some silicone on it, like the last guy was a real mechanic, DD Speed Shop style. Well, look at this. Maybe. See how that shaft sticks through further? And that could just be the manufacturer. But is it? Oh, I was thinking. Yeah, it is a little bit further away than that one. Yeah, that is definitely walked on there. That has definitely slid ahead and spun on that, hasn't it?
Yeah, so you lost your clearance, basically.
Right, and because it walked, I bet it has spun.
Mm-hmm. So you're not pushing.
And that's why it's making, when you really rev it, it'll do fine at low RPM, but at high RPM, just for science. Where's the vice? You have multiple vices? Tell me you have money without telling me you got money.
You can't hide wealth.
This one's barely even hit with a grinder. I really wanted this to just like freely
fall apart on
Well,
you.
because that's the deal, is the belt isn't going to put any more pressure on it than me, right? You know, since we're working on a pulley, you got one of them belt strap oil filter wrench things?
Yeah, but
Hey, never
I don't know
mind.
where it's at.
I have no idea where it's at. Yeah.
Things are going well.
But that could be it too. It's just slid further ahead and it's not in that passage.
It's not pushing enough coolant.
But that has definitely moved ahead. I mean, you can see the witness marks on that shaft. If all else fails, I'm going to get rid of some aggression here. Jeff doesn't have any hammers or chisels or punches. I'm not feeling good. Not feeling good. Hey, but on the plus side, it doesn't look like a new water pump, like somebody's been here and tried to alleviate this issue. So positive things, positive things. I'm just gonna leave these tools wherever, because that seems like that's what you've been doing with them as well.
It's been working out well for us.
This guy's over here learning how to bleed Cummins, and I'm pulling thermostats out. It looks good, but we'll put the new one in anyway. So yeah, no smoking guns per se yet. It sounds like they're difficult to bleed, everybody says on the internet, so we're trying to figure out how. But if my heater worked, I don't think we have issues with it bleeding. So, all right. This thing is definitely bleeding me of patience and money at this time. How much did you say you'd give me this for this thing? How many Trans Ams?
I got roughly 1 I can give you.
Jeffy was so kind to take the 3 bolts holding the grill in so we can go pressure wash this out. And don't worry, the seller said, the AC works great. You can't test it today because it's so cold. Well, the bolt is snapped off, and the evaporator is tacoed probably from the grill. But you know what we should do? We should disconnect the other line that is very loose. Oh my gosh. Is that thing busted too? We're gonna find out shortly. But we're gonna, yeah, I'm pretty sure the bolt's missing on that one too. I love sellers. I should.
Did you rate this guy yet?
The funny part was, the name on the title and what he went by were the same name, but was not the name of his seller, and he just joined Facebook in 2025.
Weird.
So it should have been a sign, but I think we're gonna take that out so that it's A, easier to clean everything else, and B, it's screwed, and C, it's clearly not doing AC things.
And it only has some of the screws in it, so it's only going to get easier.
Oh,
12.
Don't worry, and they also don't match.
Oh my gosh.
This is a great deal. Wow, I did so. How much were you going to give me for this thing? How many? Both Trans Ams? All right. I couldn't get the bolts in, so what'd you say, Asian hands?
Yeah, it'd be nice if I had another elbow. This isn't the right water pump.
Oh, we had a heck of a time just getting that thing fished down there. You need 3 elbows like DB's got 3 legs.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, now how do you get the other hand with the bolt in it down there?
Easy.
And line it up and get it threaded? Oh, you do have very petite hands.
They should look bigger.
I just want to hook a jumper cable up to that thing right now.
Don't. Okay, it's in.
Oh my god, it's in.
We might as well start them both. What a guy. All in trade for taking 3 torque converter bolts out.
Well, that
and
was
then
7 hours of your life right there.
We still, I mean, we've done a thermostat, a grill, and an AC delete, and we still have less time into this.
How come the gasket moved?
Sarcasm?
No. We're gonna get good at this.
It's fun. We're having fun.
We're having a good time.
Spirits are high.
180 proof high. Well, every clear action.
We're gonna need it.
Thermostat's in, water pump's in, belt's on. Jeffy's doing a little reconnaissance on the flap for the fan shroud. I wanted to start dumping coolant in, and then we're gonna, he's got one of these fancy vacuum thingers. I don't know how it works. With an air compressor. We're gonna try that out. Looks like he's used it a lot, especially since how he couldn't find it. And then it's gonna cool great. Oh, and then we're gonna run it to the car wash and pressure wash the cooling package. Hopefully I'm out of here by dark. I don't care when I'm out of here, just so long as this thing cools. I mean, as much fun as it's been hanging out with you, I kind of want to go home.
It's been real and it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.
That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Dang it. It's been real and it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Instead of a hood stack, we'll just put a hole and just...
You keep dumping coolant in it while you drive.
Yeah. No, that's it. If you put enough coolant in it, if you have a big enough capacity, it'll just take forever to heat up.
I'm feeling not very good about bleeding this system.
Why? You have the tool. The
I hope it works, dude. I'm gonna be the guy that ruins your 6.7.
No, I think that was the guy I bought it from.
Somebody beat you to it.
I want to drive it home without this grill in it, just to really church things up.
Look like a real meth head.
The good news is it'll be dark by the time I leave, so nobody will see it.
We got about 2 hours before it turns dark now.
We should check to see if the hazards work, because we might need those. Hey, as long as this thing doesn't seize up so that I can put the bed up and get the 8-1 off on it, off on it, get it off to get home. So basically an expert at this thing.
I wish I could read.
There's a picture. We're gonna try to use this vacuum bleeder that everybody tells me that I need to get one, and yeah, I'll let you know. Looks like one hose goes in here and one goes in here, and I think you just got a couple valves and then a little ew, and then a gauge.
Yeah, I don't know what that dog.
There's probably a YouTube video on it.
It's a lot easier than reading, that's for sure.
If only they had the internet here.
It hasn't made it this far yet.
We found a YouTube video.
What does it mean if it doesn't pull a vacuum?
I would guess that means we got a leak somewhere. Or it's from Harbor Freight and it doesn't work. Well, how high did the gauge go the last time you used it?
Above 0.
Actually, it should be below 0 because it should be a vacuum. We were unable to pull a vacuum, so we got an air leak somewhere, and I'm guessing it's in that reservoir over there because it looks pretty rough shape. Anyway, we're gonna
Hey, there we go.
get it through the bleeder here. Well, there's supposed to be a bleeder here. This is the highest point, so it should be good. Well, we're gonna fire this thing up, check for leaks, and run her to the car wash and blow out the cooling package. And then I'm gonna head home. And I'm not gonna forget the grill here. If not, I'll be back in a couple weeks the next time I break down. You can hang it on the grill with the rest of your Dodge stuff.
Yeah, right. I'll just wait around for your next existential crisis.
No more extraterrestrial crises. Good thing we're not in Oklahoma or this guy'd have to take his shirt off. They got Manuel doors here. No dumping. Washington County Sheriff. How did they attach that to concrete? Anyway.
Squirrel!
Oh yeah. I suppose we should have it open so we could, you know, wash other things.
It helps. Okay, we fixed everything now.
All right, we're taking her on the maiden test drive. There we go. Well, it made it to the river, so it's all downhill from here.
You're not my problem anymore.
Except you're with me.
Fiddlesticks. We can't go to the county. I didn't call my propane officer.
190. Pretty much sat at 199 coming into town and then cooled off, so fixed it.
We got 10 miles on it. We're good.
Well, see you later. Warranty's off. Let's help him get his GMT 800 crap box back inside and get mine loaded up and get out of Arlington. Coolant looked good. Everything looked good in there. It didn't look dirty. I don't know if it was cleaning it. I don't know if it's not having the grill. I don't know if it's not having that condenser. I don't know if it was the water pump or if it was a thermostat. I wish we knew what it was, but it's fixed. I sure hope so. I just want to go home. Dang, GMT 800 with the fancy wheels. Need some tires, but look at that Red Husky toolbox. Hot rod. Things have escalated. We locked the front door and then closed the overhead door. Now we're locked out of the shop. Let's add breaking and entering to my repertoire. Where's the keys at? Where's the keys? He's like, I'm gonna take a poop right here by this F-body. Come here. We had to come all the way down here just to get you on camera. That's the reason we're locked out. And to get the cool Model A on video. Too bad we can't go for riding that. Well, I thought we were coming for a set of keys, but Waylon's like, you know what you should do? You should commit a crime.
Well, you know how to steal cars.
I haven't been to jail in Nebraska yet.
Get it off your bingo card.
We are fueled up. Hopefully we got maybe 2 more fuel stops. For sure 1 more. And way home. It's going to be late. We're not going to have any issues. It's going to be good. Let's go Ram. 11.8 on that tank, so we'll see how it goes now that we can go a little bit faster, or hopefully we can go faster. Wish me luck. We're at 197 right now. When we did the little test drive, it was without a 6,000 pound big block 3/4 ton Suburban on the back. Nebraska thing's just out riding the scooter down the main drag during rush hour. All right, we blasted through Nebraska, skimmed through the edge of Iowa. Now we're in the I'm on meth state. We're in Teabag, just south of Sewer Falls. Anyway, just put 16 gallons of fuel in at Casey's, and yeah, we're getting about 10 miles a gallon going down interstate, but this thing, we're zinging 75. It's working great. It's way smoother than the old OBS ever was, and we're gonna get home tonight, so pretty excited about that. All right, I'll probably see you guys when we get home. I'm hoping we don't see you on the side of the road. It's not gonna happen. We're at Stone's truck stop in Watertown, South Dakota, about 100 miles from home, and felt kind of I don't know, I felt something in the rear end. Must just be the interstate, because hubs all feel nice and cool, tires look good, not ready to fall off, lug nuts look good. I did see, looks like the rear caliper is leaking. Jeff topped off the brake fluid at his place and said it didn't take a whole lot, and so I checked it now and just about dumped a whole, what is it, a quart bottle in there? So probably a half a quart it took. So I don't know if the right rear caliper decided it's on its way out, and that's what I'm feeling. But it feels nice and cool, so hopefully the rear end doesn't explode on us. She's running good. Let's make it home. All right, pulling the shop about midnight last night or this morning, whatever you want to call it. Duff was super happy to see me. Anyway, spent the morning, checked the oil. Oil was good on that thing. So we spent the morning cleaning it out. Now DB's gonna clean it up. We got 4 totes full of stuff, and I got, I don't know how many trash cans full of stuff we already threw away. Some of this stuff was mine, but yeah, Breeden brought a fire extinguisher just because if you got it, you won't need it. How excited are you? Your face says it all. A face only a mother could love. Face for radio. Before we get it too clean, what does it say on the side? Extreme Auto LLC. Oh, they must have been gamblers. They got the dice. We buy junk cars. Those are the finest guys. Not for hire. Give them a call. 816-400-9273. There's several different phone numbers, so I'm guessing they went out of business a few times and changed their phone number. So yeah, not affiliated with Extreme Auto LLC. All right, knock yourself out.
Sure, this is going to be just as much fun as that Ford was.
It's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
At least it's warmer today than it was when we did the Ford. I'm gonna show you how to get the hood open after we tip the bed back. You might as well just pressure wash out these things because they're disgusting. And then we'll do some DB body. You're good at doing body work on rollbacks, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it's my
forte.
area of expertise.
Got it. Looks like it was sold by Glenn's Auto Parts in Rockwood, Tennessee. DB really likes the windshield tint. The brow, is that what they call it?
Yeah. I thought it looked
You
way
should get a
lower.
brow on your upper lip. You still haven't used your mom's ink pen to dye that yet.
It keeps washing out, you know.
Oh yeah, we were looking at this. Lug nuts, spark plugs, hooks, coat hangers, you name it is in there. So we're probably gonna need to clean that out of there. And I'm pretty sure nobody's ever changed this hydraulic oil filter, so we should probably fix that. And also the fact that the hose is kinked and there's multiple hose clamps on it. Oh yeah, it's nice. Every time you look at it, it gets better. The tank is only 20 gallons, which is quite unfortunate. Should be better. It's still got these big muffler thingers on there, surprisingly. Anyway, yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. Enjoy. You know what? Have fun while you're doing it.
I will.
Where are you gonna start at?
Underneath it.
Why?
Because if you do the worst part first, then the rest is easy.
Good luck.
It's gonna suck either way.
No, I don't think it'll be that bad. I'll be out on the back side of the window watching.
All right.
Where you going, DB?
Down into the depths of the deep blue.
Neverland.
What do they call that?
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Narnia?
Narnia.
Oh, it needs to scrub it yet, huh, Duff? Did you help? Yeah? Looks like it, 'cause you're a dirt ball, per usual. Well, the good news is it should keep the dust down with all the water that's brown that came off of there. You're gonna need to take that brown water off your face and put it on the ground. You're gonna need some new hamburger helper gloves, too.
My hands are wet, but they're not cold.
Do you have rubber gloves on inside of those gloves?
No.
Be a lot cooler if you did. Double bag it, DB. That's what DB stands for, double bagging.
Double bag.
Double bagging. I like how you scooped all this stuff up and then just set it right there.
I'm not really sure what to do with that. I'll carry it to the garbage can.
Yeah, that's what I would have done, is just brought the garbage can out.
It'll be okay.
DB.
I'll leave it there
is
for a week.
That's why we don't call you RS for real smart. It's DB. We just took the UM out of the middle. Oh, it looks better under here.
I didn't get too
Kind of. Didn't get too carried away? Your cardboard looks a little squishy now.
Yeah, I don't know how well that'll burn up.
We'll throw it in the microwave so it dries out. Was this thing dirtier than the Ford?
It is, but the Ford was crispier, so the Ford just kind of blasted at my face. This just kind of runs down my face.
I feel like that's a bumper off of a late model car. It's a prize. You won a prize. Real good. Another 4 hours and you'll have it ready to go. BB spent quite a bit of time washing it. He got cold and sick of doing it, and then I spent another half hour washing it. And yeah, let's show you what we found. All great things, well maintained. Extreme Auto LLC and the other previous owners really did great care. The good part is the only rust on the body is that little bit right there, which is why I went to Kansas. I got the fuel cap installed that it didn't have. The hydraulic filter, it's got one there, believe it or not, is leaking, and it's probably never been changed, so hopefully a new 1551 Wix filter fixes that. There's a gauge here now that you can see. You couldn't see it before because it was dirty. There's a sight gauge that you can barely see on that fuel tank that we found since we cleaned it up. I would like to put some legit hydraulic hose right there. That almost looks like heater hose and too many hose clamps, and it's kind of kinked. But we noticed this hardware is loose, and somebody ran the bed into this and folded this ahead. And so now when you run it ahead, it catches on that because it's bent. So we got to take that off, put new hardware in, straighten that out. Chin noticed that there should be some rubber isolators in here for this cylinder, and they're gone. So we got to do that. There's no grease zerks on these cylinders, so the pin welds itself to the cylinder, rusts it, and then shears off the bolts for the retainers. So that's kind of a design flaw, and I don't know what we're going to do. The right thing to do would be to take it all apart, put grease zerks in, get new pins, and then put bolts through the retainer, but it's probably just going to run like this. For the foreseeable future, all the mud flaps are bent, which they are on all these trucks. This one's presentable. It's got a 9-leaf rear leaf spring. We counted that. We got the model number off the bed. It's a 20-foot bed, but they measured from here, so really it's 19 feet of usable space from here on back. Chin's checking out the ABS sensor down there. Everything looks good. It looks like just the bolt sheared off, so we should be able to drill and tap that bolt out. Put the ABS sensor back in there, and then we should have cruise, and we should have ABS, and then we should have traction control, because yay.
Correction, I think it was just tacked on there and the welds broke off, the cast piece.
So we just need to tack weld the cast piece back on?
That's what it looks like to me.
We found one of the busted handles inside of the truck, and then this piece that's busted off from, I don't know, must be the other side because that one's there. We found laying in one of the cross members. We found all kinds of goodies in the cross members. We found some bits and who knows what. Oh, dang it. I was hoping I'd have a part number on it. You can get a lot of parts for these things. I'm hoping I can get a light cover from Jerdan, those isolators, the handles, a rebuild kit for the cylinder or valve or whatever we got going on down there. The aux switch is underneath the dash, runs the PTO, and then there's one for the lights that light up in the headlights, and then there's the light up top, and then the taillights, they all flash. We had them working. The seller showed them to me, and now I can't get them to work. So I don't know if we hit a connector with a pressure washer, or there's a control panel behind the seat. If I bumped that, maybe knocked a wire loose. But there's cool little LED lights in the headlights that no longer work. And I think these little pigtails right here are tied into those auxiliary switches. So if you want to add things like a winch or roof lights or all kinds of amazingness. A horn maybe. Here's that controller I was talking about. High voltage warning. It's the Pro X0660 Strobe. Maybe there's something going on there that we screwed up. Who knows? Ooh, a Scotch lock. That definitely isn't the problem. Or that bare wire right there. Who knows? There's a fuse at least. But those gray wires there, I saw some run along the frame, so they must run to the back. So here's the ABS sensor for the right-hand side. And this is the sensor, and this whole bracket is cast that it slides into. And that was originally mounted to the rear end, so we got to clean everything up and tack weld this back on, and also we got to figure out how to get it the right depth. But we got the other side to base a dimension off of, and we'll get it, provided the sensor didn't get damaged. Hopefully we can fix it for basically free, because Chin works for nothing, and so do I, and so does, well, not Mojo, because he's in the back making money right now and making noise. Again, get the sensor out of the bracket, so now we're going to just remove the whole thing and try to remove it from the bracket so we don't weld onto the sensor. And that way, if the sensor's bad, it will be removable from the bracket. Let's do it on the bench instead of on the truck. So he's going full Mojo and just going to remove the connector with a hammer and a dull chisel. Don't do crack, kids.
Dang it. We got it off. Didn't even break the connector, so no full Mojo today. He's over there doing brakes. Does Pine Sol have a jingle?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Pine Sol.
If you don't drink Pine Sol.
It's lemony fresh.
Oh yeah, get in there and take it. Down in the comments below, everybody's gonna be like, "You idiots! You know? Oh, look, it's already working. No, you can't put ABS sensors and Pine Sol and ultrasonic cleaners."
Pretty is down. It's good enough for the ducks.
Duck, yeah. DuckTales. That's the theme song we need to rock. You didn't watch DuckTales?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, we know we're doing this afternoon after nap time. Before nap time.
After we play on a race car track rug.
Hey, also, speaking of race cars. So I got a request. Ivan Stewart Off-Road Arcade or Demolition Derby. I think it's made by Bally or Bailey, whatever. If you know where one of these is, I know they're valuable. Hit us up, mortskerepair@gmail.com. We have too much space in the shop, so we need to fill it with stupid things like arcade games now. And for Who Buys Lunch, we're going to have Ivan Stewart because Chin's hand-eye coordination is terrible. I'm going to win every single time, and I'm never going to buy lunch again. So I will pay for the arcade, and it'll pay for itself in dividends by Chin having to buy me lunch for the foreseeable future. So Demolition Derby by Bally and Ivan Stewart Off-Road, or either of them. But preferably both.
And or.
And then we're not like Pac-Man guys or pinball wizards, but Ivan Stewart, that's where it's at. Or maybe Excite Bike. I guess we'll have to start with Nintendo Excite Bikes. All right, now back to regular sort of shenanigans. So here's what we found inside of the new Ram. Well, let's start first. Tools. Snap-on stubby screwdriver. So, score. Pittsburgh 8-inch extension, a really crappy 15mm wrench that's even more crappy. A couple of brass drifts. They're Mayhews, made in the USA. I'm saving those for myself. Jesse at Atomic Era Motors, check him out on YouTube. He gave us some decals. Pole Barn didn't because that guy is a cheapskate. A whole bunch of keys. Dodge doesn't fit this one. I did find a spare key for the Dodge in there. some 98 Chevy Silverado keys, schlag, somebody's house keys. A key, you don't need those, you just use USB. This is the best find. I'm gonna plant that in one of my buddy's pockets, so when his wife does their laundry, they're gonna get in trouble, because, yeah, fake nail. Or I'm gonna plant it in somebody's salad. A whole bunch of change, look at this. Dollar coins. So, they're not silver dollars, gold dollars, Liberty dollars, something dollars. $3. There's gotta be like at least $11 in change here. And then this is gold. Ah, damn it, came over and I had to show it to him. You should have seen the look on his face. These are like sleeves for your battery post shims. And our bright idea is to put them over somebody's battery post and then put their battery cables on backwards, because then you can. So yeah, this is going on the shelf. I don't know why they make these, but this thing, the battery cable connections suck, and that's partly because of that. You think side posts are bad? These stamped steel crappy battery cable ends are horrendous. But anyway, that's what we found. And look at this, all these obsolete coins. They're collectors. Rich. I'm rich! Oh, wait, there's more. Somebody went to Bank of America, withdrew $160 of their $170 they had to their name. They had $10 left in their checking account. I remember those days. A whole bunch of these, Haney's Trucking, 816-221-0030. So I'm guessing that is who owned this truck at some time. They're into chains, the American flag, and bald eagles. So check them out, maybe. They're probably not in business anymore. And then the Truck Driving Academy, truck driver training, hit up Mike Capito in Lenexa, Kansas to learn how to drive truck. Clearly these guys didn't go through it. Oh, never mind, they went through how to drive it, just not to maintain it. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go to the bank now and cash this in, and hopefully it makes the shop payment so we don't lose the shop. Well, it's not compacting, it's actually sliding, so that's a plus. We determined that we need to get this thing out of there now, because if we need to replace it once we get it welded on there, there's no way we're getting this thing out of there. We're gonna have to break it loose, so we're just gonna do it once. We'll clean that up, put her back together, and hopefully it works. If not, we'll spend $136 on a new one.
That lubrication technique.
Hawk to a girl.
Hawk to and spit on that.
Alright, we're ready to try it. This hole is slotted, so there is a little bit of adjustment in there, so we can get it off by a solid 1/8 of an inch. Another reason we went with a ram is because we got all kinds of ram parts around here. The hydraulic filter, the 1551, is the same as we had on the old rollback, also the same as a Bobcat skid steer. We got oil filters, same as the 24 valves and the 6.7 that we already got in the yard. And then we got a plethora of fuel filters. I believe this is for the 24 valves, and then we got 2 sets for the 13s with different part numbers, so I don't know if one is a water separator filter. Anyway, we got filters on hand. So another reason why we bought this, because we got 1 set of filters around. Well, we're trying to weld the ABS bracket on. Mojo's gonna take this hardware out that needs replacing because they pulled through the washers. And then we're going to try to straighten that out. I think I got an idea on how to straighten that out. That way the bed doesn't catch on it. You can see where she's been rubbing a bit when you put it in the stored position. And then we can put some new hardware on, put it all back together. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Got that welded in there yet?
I think so. I want it to come out.
Don't let it fall off. It's got to last another 325,000.
Or until we get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're never getting rid of this one.
Price and availability in the video description. We will sell this thing, for sure. Can't keep them all. So here's what we got going on here. This should be flat, and I can fit my fat pointer finger in there. So I think what we're going to try doing is getting a couple of 2x4s or 4x4s or 6x6s on each side. And we're just going to set the Bobcat on it and see if it comes down. You think it's going to work? I don't know if it's going to have enough force. Well, it's going to take a lot to bend that plate. What is that? 3/8 thick? It's even been wearing down here where they've been banging into it. Kids. Yeah, like I said, I think what happened is they didn't have the bed all the way down and they caught it right there and kept running it ahead and that cylinder peeled it right up. Worst case Ontario.
In worst case Ontario,
we just throw a little heat there and then push her down. It's nice and flat on this front edge, and that's the edge that was bent. Went a little bit too far, but clamp it in place. Good enough for the girls we go with, right, Bob?
Exactly.
All right, let's see if we can get this probably original hydraulic filter off of here without snapping the fittings off. Well, it was hand tight. That might have been the leak. All right, hydraulic filter serviced. Should be fine. Got her torque down, all the foot-pounds,
Yeah.
both of them. Well, judging by how you were cranking out with the impact, I don't think we're going to be centering anything.
Okay. Leave it like it is.
Well, hopefully he's got her centered up, but you can see, got her nice and tight on the fronts. Same on the back, we're sucked down to our angle iron, so that's the way it was installed. Should be good to go. And I guess if we got to, we'll slide it off. Throw some more heat into it. Hydraulic oil filter is installed as well. Chin wants to show you how nice his welds are.
Real good underneath here. Let's put that thing in there.
Good.
The space provided, it did pretty okay. I basically just made that circular surface flush with the flange, because that's basically what it is on the other side. My cleaner cleaned the material, and I don't know if he did a really good job, but I got some weld in there. The saying goes, if you can't weld good, weld a lot. I don't want it to come out.
Mojo's gonna pull a bumper off so we can straighten some frame horns, and I'm trying to find hardware for the fan shroud. Not having much luck. It's not M10. It's not 5/16. M8 maybe? Ready to pop it out of there?
Yep.
Hold on. Get this one out?
Yep.
Where are we going with it?
Over there.
We should set it on the bed. Judging by the banana and the old AC condenser, something got squared up and hit up here. It looks like the intercooler down there is maybe pushed back a little bit on that side. But anyway, here's the problem with the bumper, or one of it. It looks like somebody shaved that corner off. Yeah, see how that corner's cut off? And this one is not. Somebody's been here. I think these bolts will all line up. This is where the one that was in. I think they were just too lazy to stick a bolt on that one. Same deal over here, that one had a bolt. This one looks pretty straight, but you know, that would have been difficult to put that bolt in there. But down here, this bolt from the old bumper is still in there, so we gotta straighten that out so we can put a bolt in there. This side's a little bit chewed up, but it'll take a bolt for all intents and purposes. And it's maybe pulled back a little bit over there. You can see she's torn a little bit. This one isn't pushed back as far, but that hole has been cut up a little bit here. The right thing to do would be to get some new bumper brackets. But who just has 2013 Ram 5500 bumper brackets laying around? Well, I got another pipe dream of putting a long bed frame under my mega cab and putting a 6-foot bed on those since they didn't do it from the factory, and I just happen to have a long bed frame here with a really rusty, banged up steel bumper on it, painted bumper. And those look like the same brackets, but is it worth the effort of cutting them off both trucks and welding them on? Oh, look at that. I think they bolt on. I think we can bolt the brackets off of this frame and onto that frame. How about a bing, how about a boom? How neat would that be? And then you just bolt the bumper to the brackets, put it on there, put these bolts in. Done. Oh, for silly. That looks surprisingly easy to take off too. We could maybe, oh no, it's a little banged up. I want a white bumper. I don't like the chrome. I want a white bumper on my truck. And painting chrome doesn't work well, just doesn't hold up. But that one looks a little bit too banged up and expensive to sandblast, so that's a cosmetic issue. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, let's see if we can't get the brackets off of that frame, and then we'll go ahead and take those brackets off of that frame and put on that frame if it works. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Who's to say a 2500, 3500 frame is the same as a 5500? Dodge things. Oh, I can see the hardware on the backside. Oh, it comes through the inside, so I think we're gonna have to move the air-to-air cooler out of the way to get them out, though. That's silly. Pop it off there. Chin and I are messing with a bumper. Mojo is messing with levers. We're gonna steal one from that side and put on this side, so we got all the levers. He also fixed our leak on the wheel lift. Finger tight hydraulic lines don't hold hydraulic pressure apparently, huh? Yeah, don't hold. Chin and I are back here messing with bumpers. That's the one off of my donor chassis, which does not have fog lights. They would be right in here with a bracket. And, this must have been a gasser, because I don't think they have that in the diesels. But anyway, we need some hardware off of that, because hardware is missing. That one's, oh, it's there, perfect. But we were looking at the fog light. It was held in with a white zip tie and a yellow zip tie. And we're gonna make it better. We're gonna actually attach it to the bracket, which was not tight. Well, we're gonna try anyway. So anyway, that's what we got going on. We're gonna steal the brackets and hardware off of that and put them on here after we adjust a fog light a little bit. So, Whistling DB, guess what?
What?
What do you got there? We should have got him a cowboy hat. I thought it was DB Speed Shop for a second with the Canadian tuxedo going on. Give us a twirl. Or give us a shake. Now with your butt, you weirdo, the mullet. Yeah! God, you're a creeper. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled. I guess you're gonna clean up some glue, huh? You're not gonna huff it this time?
I'll save that for later. It's Friday night, man. Possibilities are endless.
All right, bro, ready to shut her down for the night. Let me show you what we got done. Still got to put the grill in there. I ordered a pile of parts today. I didn't order an AC condenser because the bill's getting pretty deep, but I got the bumper mounted. DB says we got to adjust it a little bit more. It's a little bit high in the back. It ain't terrible. The fog lights, I don't think came on this pickup, so there's no connectors for those. Maybe someday we'll get those working, but we got chicken chasers and bed lights. Check the diff, it's low. I think I'm just gonna pull the front cover, drain it, clean the cover up, reseal it, and go ahead and put some fresh 75W90 synthetic in there. DB's been cleaning up the wheels. He's got to do this side yet. The doors look great. He cleaned up the back window. He cleaned up these bent up toolboxes. They look really shiny bent up. Now he cleaned up the back window, got all that We Buy Junk Cars off the back of there. He even started cleaning up this bent up mud flap. But yeah, I Found out that these are a 9 stack of leafs, so we got to order some leaf springs. And I think it's missing the hubcaps on the rear as well. I need to look at some trucks to see if they're missing them. Mojo's got all our levers on this side hooked up. We got to finish up the other side. All the hardware that mounts the covers on, there's 4 bolts up top there, they're snapped off, so we got to fix that up. I got to order 2 more levers for that side, but we should have everything functioning on this side. So that's the other thing I'd like to do, is store the bed, make sure that it goes into the holder now that we modified it back to the way that we think it should be. Make sure that works, check all the levers out, and then see if we fix the leaks back there. And also, it takes about 10 less feet up in our shop if we store it, so that we got room inside for the other stuff, right, Duff? All right, that's our update. We're banging it out. We got plenty to do, but we're getting there. It actually cleans up and presents well, so that's freaking fantastic. When DB comes back next week, we'll get him to clean the inside and maybe leave that door hinge. You want to go for an RIDE? Well, we gotta flush out that diff first, Duff. We should probably do the transfer case too while we're at it. What kind of fluids that take? ATF? Okay, we'll research the internet. Holes are slotted, and it catches and it pushes it over that way a little bit, the bed, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cheat this over that way so it doesn't move the bed over, adjust it a little bit, which should be good to go. Also, we got those lights working, and these floodlights working. We don't have our strobes in. So 2 is the floods, but I don't know what 1, 3, and 4 do. I'm guessing 1 should be our strobes, because it looks like that thing's been worn off. Not near as much as our PTO, but it's been worn off. Back on the old Ram this morning. I had her outside this morning. Borrowed these ramps so I could get underneath and pressure wash the front diff and the oil pan and training and transfer case and all that. And then I brought these ramps back inside, and we're going to go ahead and service the front end, take the drive shaft down and grease that. We'll show you what we do to those on those Rams. Like I said, drain the oil on the front diff, because who knows if that has even ever been done. We're going to change the oil, both fuel filters, all that stuff. Grease everything on the steering and suspension up front, so big day of servicing. And Mojo's back here fabricating some stuff to some bushings to hold the levers in place. So it's got a 3/4 inch shaft that goes through it. It's got some play, so we're going to make these bushings on each end, and then yeah, that'll hold that shaft so that it's wearing on a new spot, because it got worn out rubbing on this flat plate. And I think because of the wear and the slop and the play, that's why 2 of the handles have been busted. So take care of your stuff and maintain it, and that way you don't have to buy multiple new handles. You just spend a little time looking things over, adjusting things, lubricating them, servicing them, and then not have to spend $35 a piece plus shipping on handles. Save yourself $100. Here's the new plan. These plates are on each end of this shaft, and they got that D shape, so that shaft, which is poly, slides through there. And then I'm guessing there's this little lip right there, groove, and gravity. It's supposed to sit on that so that it doesn't slide in and out. That's the only thing keeping it, other than friction, from sliding in and out, is sitting in that groove. But anyway, you got a lot of play in that groove. It can dance all over the place. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take some 3/4 inch steel shaft, cut another shaft a little bit longer, and then we're going to weld this bushing to the end. After we make that D hole a round hole, and then weld that to that, make a new shaft that's a little bit longer, then we'll spot weld it on one side, and you can slide it all the other, and then put this other end cap on. Bada bing, bada boom. Get rid of all that play, and we're making it better. We're improving upon the design. Not only are we fixing things that are worn out, we're improving upon it, because this was just kind of a silly design. It was never tight originally. And maybe we'll find out that our design doesn't work, and then all we got to do is cut our spot welds off and go back to the way that it was. The right size shaft?
Just about.
Just about the right size, he says.
Just about.
Front diff is drained. We got our bright stuff sealing that thing up, so it's never ever gonna want to come off again. Everything looks good in here. It'd be interesting to see what gears are in this thing. It's probably like 410s or 444s or 456s because she's a big girl. Unfortunately, there was about 3 ounces of oil in the front end. Again, just a testament to how good Chrysler's products are. You don't need to put oil in them and they run just fine for 325,000 miles. It's gonna be fine. It loves it. I left enough money in the budget to put a new front and rear end in it. Mojo went ahead and replaced the fuel filter and dropped the drive shaft. And I'll show you why we dropped the front drive shaft. Because you see that label on the inner fender? It says grease front drive shaft at each oil change interval. And one of the silly things about these Mopars is they don't have locking hubs or anything in the front differential. So if them front wheels are turning, the drive shaft's turning. And a lot of people think that the front drive shaft ain't turning all the time, so they never service the thing. We don't service the thing, the knuckles go out, or the joint goes out, whatever. And this thing starts whipping around at 80 miles an hour, goes ahead and busts up the transfer case. If you're lucky, it breaks the back of the transmission housing, and then it goes ahead and whips up and catches your wire harness, and it totals a lot of these pickups. So then you gotta buy a drive shaft, you gotta buy a transfer case, you gotta buy a wire harness, and you gotta buy a transmission. And like I said, it totals these pickups. Also, don't buy aftermarket drive shafts for these things. Get a factory one or a Dana or a good aftermarket one. Don't buy the Chinese ones because they go bad real quick. And they got oddball sized joints in it and you can't replace the joints. Don't ask me how I know. But this one, see he's got this yellow dot. Well, inside of there, well, there's that Zurich right in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. There it is, right there. You gotta have a special needle joint that goes on the end of your grease gun. You gotta grease that thing. Otherwise, the center of that, I don't know what they call these things, not constant velocity. Cardinal joints, is that what they're called? Anyway, if you don't grease that, they come apart. Bada bing, bada boom, it explodes, whips around, ruins everything like I said. And I think the reason that they got that marked is because they had to buy a new one, because this is a Dana, and these things are not cheap. And as tight as it is, I don't believe it's got 325,000 miles on it. And I just pressure washed this thing, and as dirty as it was in there, I don't think anybody's serviced this thing for quite a while. This must have been about 3-4 owners ago. Anyway, we're gonna grease that, put it all back together. It's just easier for us to take them out and grease them. It takes about 15 minutes. And then you know grease is going in there as opposed to pointing up there blindly. And it's almost a 2-person job even when they're loose. You gotta have 1 person holding in there and 1 person running the grease gun. And somebody watching to make sure that the grease is actually going in there. So that's what we're doing. Every time you change your oil on your Dodge, grease the front drive shaft. This is your warning, because otherwise it gets real expensive buying transmissions, transfer cases, wire harnesses, and I think some of those drive shafts are over $1,000 alone. All right, I spent last night fixing lights, so let me show you what we got going on. I still haven't fixed the chicken chasers, and I did notice there's wrap around all the chicken chasers. Chicken wrap, see what I did there? And there's wrap around the mirrors and the antenna over there, so this thing must have been wrapped at one point. But I did a little work, and I think I got everything figured out on the old light bar up here. And then I bought another parts light bar for $50 because I thought it was the same, and it's not. Imagine that. It's got the same shaped covers. They're just black instead of clear. I was thinking, oh no, that isn't. Oh no, it's definitely the same. But this one is a lower profile. This is a 21T by code 3, and this is an RTX 2700. Anyway, they're different depths. So the top covers are all interchangeable. The lights are shorter in this one, and they are red. And you're supposed to have amber on this type of emergency vehicle. This is for fire trucks and ambulances and cop cars. So I can put those lights in that one, but I can't put the amber lights in here because they're taller. But I do have a tail light and a brake light out on that one, so I can steal that out of there. Well, really what I wanted was the covers. Let me show you what I figured out for awesome lightness. Let's check these bad boys out. Press aux 4, and we got the sweet flashing lights in the headlights, and they're only working in the tail lights in that side, so we got to figure out what's with the wiring going on this side, because when I plug in the left rear, none of them work. So we got some work to do there. The controller's behind the seat on the passenger side, so somewhere between the wiring there and back there, or maybe it's the bulb, we got an issue. And then if we press 2, we get the fog lights back here and up there. Those are actually unplugged on this left side because well, well, the ground is unhooked because I got that side loose. Because that's when I found out this cover is a little bit too short for the lights. So anyway, got those working. And then if I push button 1, we get nothing. Well, look at all these lights. This is a stop, tail light, turn signal over here. And there's one on this side that's burned out. So luckily, we can steal one out of this light. This one's got this huge fancy control board. And this one's got this tiny little control board. Well, let me show you what button number 1 does. You want to show them, Duff? Yeah? See how that connector is nice and black right there? We got power there. But we don't on this side. We'll watch this when we give it power. Oh, yeah. How neat is that, Duff?
How neat is that?
So, DB is our soldering expert. We're going to put a jumper wire from there over to this side of this bridge because I don't want to disconnect that connector because I feel like that's going to lead more problems. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to steal a taillight out of the other one. We're just going to put it all back together, and hopefully we can find one of these inboard covers, lowers, and an outboard. And we should be back in action. It should be pretty good. This one's cracked up, but it is what it is. These lights are like $1,500 to $2,000 for these code 3s. You can get some Amazon Chinese specials for 350-ish bucks. You cannot get parts for these things. Like to switch the lights and this one from red to amber, they're like 80 bucks a crack if you can find them. And that's 4, 6, there's at least a dozen lights in there. So yeah, $700-800 to convert that over. Nope, I'll just buy a Chinese one. And we did find a cover online, thanks to Jameson for helping us out. He's the guy who, he's my light go-to guy. He watches the channel. And he helped us with Bernie. He got me a correct cover that wasn't cracked. I wasn't even looking for one. He just reached out. He's like, hey, I found you a cover for Bernie. It was really hard to find. He's into these lights. That's his train car collection, his Hot Wheels collection, whatever. That's what he does. He's into emergency lights. So to each their own. So I reached out to him, and he's like, man, there's not much out there, and it's expensive. We found a cover for the end for $200 and an inner for like $36. So I could put $250 into this, and it'd be pretty good. But I think I'd rather just spend another $100 and get a whole new one. So we're just gonna run it with a cracked cover. And maybe one of you guys will reach out and be like, hey, I got one of those laying out back. It's got the 2 covers you need. I'll ship them to you or something. Or somebody will find out where we can get them. But I'm not ready to stick $250 in this light. I was ready to buy this one for $50, and I could bolt this one on there and just run it, but I don't like the red light thing, and I don't want to get in trouble because, yeah, we don't like the red and blues chasing us, so we don't want the red lights. Anyway, that's what we got going on. So we're gonna fix those up, and most of these lights are gonna be working again. Yay, wiring, huh, Duff? And this one's got some controller that should be with it. That's a lot of wires. Power, ground, and then you got your left turn, right turn, tail lights, and then all of those went to some type of controller. Good stuff. That's it. Getting there real nice and DB-like. Oh yeah. Motor's got her levers all tuned up over here. Even got the light working on that bad boy. And I've been running the torch, pounding pins out so we can take the wheel lift off, so we can get those cylinders off, and they are rusted in. Super, 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 super tight. Probably because there's no grease zerks on them, so they can never be serviced. Not like these guys would have anyway, but got the rosebud out. The great big CP air hammer and some pry bars and all the good stuff. I got the pins out on both the lift cylinders, so now there's just a pivot back there. I think I can slide this whole thing out of here. And then I gotta take off 6 hoses. 1 set for the extend cylinder on our wheel lift, and then 1 set for each lift cylinder, so 6 in total. I don't know how I'm gonna figure out where they go so that I hook them up the right way. Maybe they poke-yoked it. You know what that is? Poke-yoke. It's a Japanese term for dumb white guy can't screw it up. So it'd be great if there was like a male on one or different sizes so you can't get it wrong, but I'm guessing since these guys, Jerry and Dan, who made Dan, didn't put grease zerks on it, so they probably didn't poke yoke it. But anyway, we're gonna get that out of there so we can get some cylinders on order or figure out if we can even save these things. But judging by how rusty the pins have been, there's gonna be no saving them. I've been heating and beating for 2 hours, and I got the wheel lift 2/3 of the way off. I got 2 pins to knock out on the stabilizers, and I can't get at the backside to hit them. So I don't know if we're gonna have to weld nuts on them and hit them with the slide hammer. Look at the shop. It's just a freaking haze in here from the damage. But we gotta get this thing out of here. I got her down on the ground. I just gotta take the pins out that holds the stabilizers and the cylinders. And I was hoping we could take that out here, but I can't get the pins out for the stabilizers because they're the same pin that pivots the bed, and I really don't want to take those out because they're probably stuck too. Because why wouldn't they be stuck like all the other pins? Yeah, fun stuff. A little heat goes a long ways, and a lot of heat makes the shop smoky. But it's got to come out of there because we got to have the wheel lift, because the wheel lift is an integral part of the old rollback. It's our backup camera for hooking up the trailers. Just shoot her out, hook her up, and we use it as a, like a pry bar, like the forks on a skid steer. You stab it under cars and lift them up, put wheels on it. It's super handy. So we got to get that fixed. We got to get it out of there so that we can fix it. Fun times. Back to work. Well, hopefully that's hot enough to get that pin out. Great success. Well, maybe not great, but we got it apart. Good thing there's no flammable liquids in the floor drain. Should probably put that fire out. Glass cleaner do it? Oh yeah. No fire extinguisher, just grab yourself some glass cleaner. Spray away, it's the best. Probably don't want to breathe that in. Looks like Cheech and Chong been up in this sucker. Get a flatbed, so then you can put all your tools out there. We had to use the impact on that, the cutoff wheel, the flap disc, the torch, the 110 welder, the floor jack, the slide hammer, you name it, we had it involved. So what I did here, since you can't get at the backside of this pin, I got some old 9/16 Ford lug nuts that I didn't throw away, and we just welded those to it, and that's what happens to be the thread pitch on the old slide hammer. So I put that in there and then heated the absolute dog piss out of it. Turns out there's fiberglass bushings in there, and if you get things hot enough, fiberglass burns. Also, if the seals weren't bad before, they definitely are now. So I think we're just gonna look for some cylinders. And the way you order cylinders is you measure the rod diameter, and you measure the cylinder bore diameter, and then you measure the stroke, and then there's different things like what kind of pins are on each end and the diameters, and then the orientation of the fittings and the size of the fittings, stuff like that. But those are your 3 main things: bore, your rod diameter, and then your stroke. And hopefully we can find something on the aftermarket side as opposed to going straight through Jerdan, because I'm guessing they're just getting them from the aftermarket, putting their sticker on it and charging us more. But we gotta have them. We can't do without them. And the wheel lift is just kind of hanging there, so I want to drag that thing out and then try to get that all apart and at least get it cleaned up and lubricated, and then maybe even get that cylinder out and rebuild that one, because if these ones are leaking that bad, then that one probably is not far behind, especially because that one runs in that tube and there's a bunch of crap in there all the time. But who knows? At least we got it apart now, and we lubricate everything and we put it back together. If we got to take it apart at some point in the near future, or while I own this thing, it should come apart, which is crazy because we never touched a single one of the cylinders on the OBS, and that thing was 15 years older than this. And same deal with this Ford. All the cylinders are fine, so yeah, I don't know what happened. But we got a mess. I'm ready for a sandwich and to get out of this haze. See you guys in the morning. Hopefully somebody comes in and cleans up my mess in the middle of the night. Before we spend $500 to $1,000 on new cylinders each, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this thing apart and see if we can't rebuild it. So you got your rod and your cylinder. I'm afraid that the rod is going to be a little bit too rusty. And if it's rusty, it's, oh my gosh, it's never going to seal again. And this thing is super rusty. So we ain't out nothing to tear it apart. So let's tear it apart. The snap ring is rusted in. So your sealing surfaces are the inside of this cylinder, which is the bore, and the outside of your rod. Those got to be super smooth so that they seal, kind of like cylinder on an engine or an input shaft on a transmission or a hub on a wheel. And you can see how rusty and pitted up that is. All that dirt sat in there. And really, it doesn't seal at this exact point, but not very far in between. Well, actually it does. You can see it should retract just a little bit further. But when you get to that point, it just blasts oil everywhere. And there's a snap ring in there that you take out. And I forget, the piston is back here on the end of the rod. What is it, the head on the cylinder? Anyway, it sits there. So it's got seals on the outside and the inside. And then there's same deal with the piston. But anyway, I don't think we're going to be able to repair this. It's going to need a new rod, and those are going to be just as expensive as the cylinder. Same deal on this one. It's pretty bad shape. We're also going to need replacement bushings anyway on both ends. So I think we're SOL. We're going to be ordering some cylinders. Ew, fiberglass bushings. Well, we don't have a rat's nest on this thing, but the whole truck is a rat's nest. That's going to itch later. Well, we got the wheel lift inside and blew our buttholes out trying to get that thing up there. We're going to knock this pin out because it's seized, and it shouldn't be seized to that. It should be tied to that guy there. And we're going to knock this pin out so we can get the cylinder out so that that way, when it inevitably fails, that pin will come out, hopefully, but probably not. And scrounge up some leaf springs. Old Billy boy that I got my mega cab from, he had some 4500 springs that he'd swapped out. It's a little bit different stack, but hopefully we can make it work. That's the enthusiasm I like to hear, Duff. So Dodge 5500 things. Everything's heavy, Duff. So Chin's gonna just go ahead and carry those. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Duff will help you. Stick it in your rear. Please don't. Well, we gotta put these out of the way. Good point. On the bench. On the bench. Let's see if we can't get some pins out. Come on, snap ring. Now we just gotta get that pin to come out of there. That's why we gave him a pile of heat. This thing's an animal, but let's go get the big dog. Just try telling John Henry now. Wow. Maybe we're gonna leave that in there. If that don't move it, I don't know what will. Alright, I just spent I don't know how long on the internet searching for parts and best prices. First pricing that I found on these wheel lift cylinders, $900 a piece, so $2,000 by the time that they're shipped. But then I found some parts manuals from Jerdan, and then I did a little bit more searching. Anyway, Truck Source in Perry, Oklahoma is going to get us some cylinders for about half that, $460 a piece. And then I got new bushings, new nylon bushings for those stabilizer arms back there, and then a couple of levers for the other side. They were like $30 a piece, and then a few other trinkets and odds and ends. And yeah, so then I went down the rabbit hole of reading the manual for these things, and sure enough, everything is a maintenance-free bushing on this thing. But anyway, we're probably not going to have those by the time we wrap this video, because yeah, I'm sure it's going to take them a few days to get here from Oklahoma. So anyway, next on the list, this thing's got a low coolant light, and it came with a sensor. The crappy part is it's in the reservoir on the firewall over there, and the even crappier part is you got to pull the inner fender out to get the coolant reservoir out of there, and then you got to slip that in the bottom of it. So I'm going to take this inner fender out on the passenger side, hopefully sneak my fat hand up there, get that sensor out of there, swap it real quick without making a mess, and then get rid of that light on the dash. Yeah, that's the vote of confidence that I wanted. Well, we got the inner fender off, and it's just held in there by an O-ring, no hardware. And I got it all busted to crap. That won't come out of there. So now we're going to get the drill and just try to drill it out. I wish I would have just bought a whole new tank, but that was like 70 bucks. Should be fun. The joys of owning late models. So yeah, I drilled that thing out and I'm not getting any coolant. And I feel like a hole in the bottom of the tank should get coolant. And I know there's coolant in there. I think I gotta order a new tank. Good thing is, I think the new tanks come with a sensor. I'll try sliding this up there and see what happens. Surely it can't be reading that it's low on coolant because there's green coolant in it and it's supposed to have orange coolant in it. Well, it slid in there. Oh. Tap it in with a hammer? Yeah, that's what you do when you put a push-in sensor in. This is not going well. I'm guessing this just reads a certain resistance, so if you put the right resistor in here, it'll get rid of my light on the dash, which is all I really care about. It would be nice to have a functioning one, so you know if you're low on coolant. Really, I just want to get rid of that annoying light on the dash. How can we trick it? 2x4, that's what we need, 2x4. That'll get it to pop in there. Especially if I hit it hard enough. Just about. As I blow out the bottom of the whole tank. Oh, then it pops out with my fingers. What the French toast? How about a 2-foot pry bar? And a 2x4. Laid on its side. I even put a pan down here to catch the coolant that never spilled. I'm afraid that even when I get it in here, the light's still going to be on. And that's why the previous owner didn't do it. No, the previous owner didn't do it because they were friggin' lazy. Let's plug it in, give it a whirl, see what happens. Here we go, moment of truth. It's going to work. I may have taken the horn apart trying to figure out what's going on here. And I think it's the clock spring, and that's why I got an airbag light. I got a cruise control that doesn't work, and also I got a horn that doesn't work because we sent power to the fuse up there and the horn works up there. So A, we have a horn, B, the fuse is good, C, the wiring is good from the fuse. So it's pretty notorious for the clock spring to be bad. I would really think the clock spring was bad if these controls didn't work, but they do. So I still think I got a bad clock spring. It's just the circuit on the airbag's bad, the horn is bad, and the cruise control switches are bad. What do you think? Clock spring? Should be fun to replace. Taking this airbag / horn cover off was real fun. Anyway, we're gonna test something else. Oh yeah, DB cleaned in here. Can't really tell because it's dark, but it looks much more gooder other than all that dirt in the speaker down there. Rubber floor mat, she's a stripper model. Here we go. Come on, no coolant light. Left rear turn. Coolant low! Son of a biscuit. So not only do we have that warning, but that light right there should go away if we can resolve that issue. I'm thinking that there's like a standoff in there that thing goes into, and it's plugged up with crap because somebody put green coolant in it. And they probably mix it at some point, so we're just going to get a new reservoir coming. And then that's going to fix it. Because I really am sick of that light. And if that doesn't fix it, we're going to figure out what kind of resistance we need. And we're just going to jumper that wire because that's freaking annoying. It never ends, Duff. And you haven't even got to go for a ride in this pile of crap yet. Just kidding. I love it. It's great. It's awesome. I was kind of struggling with the inner fender, so I took the air box out thinking that I could get the battery box out and get at that. But anyway, since I got the battery box out, I'm going to go ahead and pressure wash this up because it is absolutely disgusting in there. Because why wouldn't it be? Judging by the way that the original air filter looked. Oh, this one's got the ram air. which this actuator opens up, but it doesn't open up when you don't have it plugged in. Oh, actually it just stays open. No, this one opens up. Anyway, wasn't plugged in. Oh, there we go. Everybody likes a clean box, inside and out. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your box clean. And a clean box is a happy box. I'm gonna shut her down for the night and go get cleaned up, because a clean Mortske is a less unhappy Mortske. We're gonna get this pin out of this thing because I know that this cylinder is gonna go bad and we're gonna have to service it. I don't want to get the piston slid ahead so that when we heat up around the pin, the barrel, whatever you're gonna call it, we don't go ahead and melt all the seals on the inside. So that's what we're gonna do now. Give it a heat, get that pin out, and that way, when the cylinder inevitably fails, it'll come out a whole lot easier. Remember, kids, safety first, because you can't hear boobies. Alrighty, we got the old brake hose removed, and we got the replacement one fished to where it needs to be. That kind of sucked, because not a lot of room for my fat melon in there, but anyway, that's done. That must have been why they did it, because they had a fatter melon than I did. Anyway, we know this thing was hitting the front because the AC condenser was bent in a banana and there's a bunch of plastic busted, but also let me show you why we know that it's got a 3/4 ton bumper on it. So all of the 5500s have a wider wheel track, and because of that, you gotta have these big silly fender flares, otherwise you'd get the side of the thing plastered with things. But there should be holes in the front bumper for a small section of fender flare that wraps down the bumper. Also, I don't think 5500s came with fog lights, so we don't have the wiring for that. And then I think they cover this area so that you don't see where the tow hooks would be on a 3/4 ton. Speaking of tow hooks, the 5500 have tow hooks that clamp on the frame, and there should be a hole right there. So wrong valance because it doesn't have the hole there. Wrong bumper because it doesn't have the holes over here for the fender flare. But we do have the tow hooks. But some imbecile happened to cut into them with a Sawzall. Not this imbecile. Also not that Sawzall. I don't know why that's on the welding table. Mojo things. But anyway, they cut into those. So I'm gonna go ahead and V that out and throw a bead in there. They did it on both of them. And then these bolt right to the frame rails. So heavy duty pulling out things. Pulling out. Also, this one's got a deer whistle on it yet. Not anymore. That one was already missing. I haven't seen these things in a coon's age. Anyway, let's bevel that out, weld it up, and then we're gonna have to find some bolts. We'll put those on there. Before we can put them on there, we gotta pop that valance off, and then we're gonna have to trim the valance before we can put it back on. Should be fun. Doesn't look very good, but we really laid her in thick. We'll clean them up a little bit. Maybe even paint them. Probably not. Got our tow hooks installed. Everything fit up great there, so nothing was tweaked. I think when they cut the bumper off, that's when they must have sawzalled into the old tow hooks, so I don't know. And then they ended up taking the tow hooks off anyway, so they should have just taken the tow hooks off and then cut the bumper brackets and bumper all up. But anyway, Now we're gonna do some cutting of our own. Trying to get some dimensions based off the bumper to the tow hooks. And then I'm gonna transfer them to this Valance, and then I'm gonna ruin it. Looks like it was pre-ruined, but anyway, we're trying to make it as good as we can. The problem is, these hooks are bigger out here than where the Valance sits, so I gotta make the hole bigger than that. If we just lowered it, then it wouldn't matter how bad the gap was. That's what we should do, slam this rollback on the ground. That way our approach angle would be awesome because the bed would be that much closer to the ground. Maybe we'll have to do that. Okay, let's get to cutting. Way better. It even fits on the first shot. God dang it. This thing's way up in the air, so it'll look real good once it's set on the ground and not on some ramps. Now I want to think that I'm putting tow hooks on there to drag this Dodge around because it's broke down or stuck, but no. It's Cummins, so it doesn't break down. It's four-wheel drive, so it's never going to get stuck. But sometimes we get cars that are in a corner and we want to spin them around backwards, so instead of loading it on the bed and unloading it and spinning it around, we just drive the truck up to it, hook onto our tow hook, hook onto the vehicle, back the truck up, drag it out, get it where we got to go, spin it around, load it up. We actually use the tow hooks quite a bit on the front of things. So we're going to definitely utilize these things. There's some good ones. Hopefully we don't have to use them for dragging the Dodge around, but you never know around here. We got them, so hopefully we don't have to use them for that, but we'll use them for other things if nothing else. And they're no longer bouncing around in the bed of this truck. And yes, I could have painted them and I could have painted these bumper brackets, but I think sweaty old worn out paint is better than crappy new paint. And if I would have painted it, it would have been crappy new paint. And since we're Dodge guys, we can go ahead and get ourselves a light bar that goes in there and really illuminate the night. Not a big light bar guy, so probably won't be doing that. We're going to do a little pin overhaul on these pins before we put the wheel lift back in there while we're waiting for our new cylinders and bushings to show up. This one's a pretty simple fix. This holds the upper end of the cylinder for the lift, and yeah, it's a little bit bent on that tab, so we're going to straighten that out. This one just needs a little bit more welding where we got this nut on there. I'm going to leave these 9/16 fine thread nuts on there. That way, if we ever got to take these things out again, we just hook up the slide hammer, slide them right out. This one's going to take a little bit more work. We're going to have to cut off that 9/16 nut, and then we're going to have to go ahead and straighten out this ear, weld that back on, but easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Beats the crap out of paying $100 or $200 for some new pins. These ones will work just fine for our application. There you go, we got 3 freshly Mortske rebuilt pins to install.
What's the technique you're using?
It's the twist, the grab and twist.
Grab his dick and twist it!
I think you're supposed to use both hands, someone told me.
It's not big enough.
Story of my life.
Ooh. Are you done? You are now, right?
I am now, I guess.
Come here, Duff, want some pets? You want to be a silver spaniel? Sorry, that was mean. That was mean. That was fun, huh, Duff? You wanted no part of it. All right, we got her lined up. Chin's putting the pins in, and then we just gotta hook up the stabilizers, and we'll have to tie it up for now till our new cylinders come in. They did say they were shipped today, though, buddy. So maybe middle of next week we'll get them. At least we can hook up the lines, and we can suck that cylinder in, and we don't have dirt getting into that cylinder, and it's out of the way, so we can put a freaking vehicle back here. Or we can back that out and put some springs in. All right, all the hardware's out. We didn't break nothing. Go ahead, lift that out of there. They're nice and light. I know how heavy those ones were, and those are about 2 inches shorter than the new ones. Hopefully these work for our application, but if not, we'll just have to go and get them reworked, put a couple new leaves in there, or find the right ones. The big problem being is that our U-bolts are going to be too long, so we're going to have spacers on there or something for now. And then at some point we could get the right ones, but we won't. Mojo already went to the truck shop in town. We got new lights put in, but it seems like we're always fixing these lights and buying them in town, so about a bunch of the cheap ones. Hey, I got some lights for you.
Hey!
File them away, and then you don't have to go see Miles anymore.
Okay.
Because I know how exciting he is.
I know it.
We got some new wipers, and we got hood shocks, and then we got, what are these things called? I don't know. They're like a resistor that goes in the tail light because they're LEDs. And the dash flashes, left rear brake light out and right rear brake light out or tail light out, because LEDs don't have enough resistance, so it doesn't think there's a bulb in there that the bulb's burned out. I think it's got an open circuit, so we're gonna have to put those in line because I hate those lights being on in the dash. We got new manifold bolts, but we don't have the manifold gaskets yet. We got these puddle lights that go under the mirrors that are burned out on both this and my mega cab. And we got a power steering hose waiting on the other one. So we got a few parts coming yet. We got a few we can put in. Oh, and we got new shocks to put in too. So, money pit, here we go.
Give and take type deal, so I'm sure.
Yeah, 13, something that's got a 13/16 inside diameter should work. New springs are in. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't a lot of fun though either, jockeying that stuff around. Get yourself a genuine Duff railroad jack for doing springs, the big jobs. Shout out to Ben at 406 Garage for shipping these out to us. Charlotte, North Carolina. You know you want some. They work great for moving buildings as well. So, DB's putting these resistors in here because he's our electronics guru. And we wired one in and it didn't fix the light. And then we wired two in. He said that we had to have them in parallel. I said we got to have them in series. So we tried both, didn't we?
Yep.
And yeah, we wired all four in series and still didn't work. And then we pulled the fuse in the fuse panel for the trailer lights because I had an epiphany. And old Tiffany said maybe they're running these lights off the trailer lights, and so it's not seeing any taillights in the pickup. Sure enough, pulled the left turn for the trailer and we got no lights back here. So we got to find where the pickup harness comes back for the pickup taillights, and then we got to either wire that in or put a resistor or a light in there to get rid of those on the dash. So yeah, they got it wired through the trailer lights, not the chassis lights. Silliness, but whatever. DB's getting an education on how to work on truck lights. Mojo showed him how to pop the rubbers in and out.
He sure tried.
So anyway, I'm gonna fire this thing up, set the bed down, and we'll see just how low it sits. Also, we had to make some spacers because the U-bolts are a little bit too long. So if it works, we'll get different U-bolts. Probably not, but that's what we should do. And if it doesn't, we're gonna fix the spring packs. Look at these spring packs, they're terrible. Your spring should be a nice smiley face. These things go whoop, 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 whoop. They're sacked out real bad right about there. It's all straight right in here, and then it dips down and then comes back up on both sides of the spring. They're wasted. You get two that are busted on that one, and only one that's completely busted, and then they're rust jacked in between. Those things are shot. I was hoping maybe we could just put a couple of leaves in there and patch them up, but they're junk. So if these ones don't work that we got in there, we're gonna have to find something different because there's no saving these, Duff says. He wants to lift his leg and pee on them. I don't ever want to lift them again. Rear shocks are in. I'm pretty sure these are the originals. They were getting a little crusty and rusty. Let's see if it's got any rebound to it. Nope. She is cooked. Fronts are going to be a lot more fun because we can't roll a bed back to get out of the way, but we'll get her. Duff would highly recommend, if you're going to put shocks on the front of your Dodge 5500, just trade it off. It was a real treat. But I did get the power steering hose replaced, the one that goes from the sector up to the hydro boost. Still got to do the one from the pump to the hydro boost, but it hasn't showed up yet, along with our exhaust manifold gaskets and some other parts. So you got to drop the inner fender out of there, obviously, to get at the top of the shock, but then the shock can't come out because there's a battery here. So you take the battery out, and then you got to get the battery box out. In order to get that out, you got to take that fuse relay center out and this fuse relay center out. You got to take the master cylinder off the hydro boost, lay that off to the side, and then you got to also take out the ABS module. It was not fun. The battery box had to come out on that side, but that one was simple because there was no wiring there and there was no hydro boost and master cylinder and all that good stuff. Now we get to try to put it all back together without busting up any plastic. Wish us luck. But hey, we got new shocks. Should be good for another 300,000 plus. Duff said, good thing we put the Monroes in. Guess what just showed up? Rock Auto. Got our other power steering hose. Got that installed. Get everything all wrapped up where you just got to put the battery in. Also, we got our exhaust manifold gasket. I'm dreading it. I don't know why. Should be pretty easy. Probably just because I've never done it. And I'm going to go ahead and slip that in there before we go ahead and put the battery box in there. And I think I'm going to wait until Monday to put the inner fender and all that stuff back together until our coolant reservoir shows up. And that way we get rid of the low coolant light on the dash, and we also get rid of a super annoying exhaust leak underneath the hood. If you've never heard the exhaust whistle from a Cummins turbo diesel leaking underneath the hood, go ahead and check it out. It's terrible. Also, we got wheel lift cylinders coming and a few other parts, and at some point I'd love to put hubcaps on the rear, find the matching Alcoa, maybe get a light bar that's not all smashed up. If you got one or know where we can get parts to patch ours up, hit us up, mortskerepair@gmail.com. This thing's going to be an ongoing project. We've stuck a ton of time into this thing, not so much money, but this thing was $10,000 cheaper than anything comparable on the market. And so far, I'm pretty happy. I got a little bit left out of my $10,000 budget. The $700 tires that we had to put on it before we left town, and then the tilt cylinders that are about $1,200 with all that stuff hurts, but hey, we're still well within the $10,000 budget. So thank you very much for watching. Go check out the merch at mortskerepair.com. We got a few calendars left. We got a pre-order out there. The buzzin' half dozen. 15's too young, 36 too old, 24 is just right. Go check out that shirt. If you are a buzzin' half dozen guy or a 6-cylinder guy, go get yourself a pre-order. We're gonna try this pre-order for the first time, so go check it out at mortskerepair.com. Go check out the other merch, ball caps, beanie caps. We got magnetic screwdrivers. We got fender covers if you got really nice stuff like this that you don't want to scratch up the fenders. But remember, doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as you are having fun. This thing's gonna be a whole lot of fun once we get it running even better than it does now. All right, on to the next one. Can't wait to work on exhaust manifold bolts all weekend.